Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best platinum automatic espresso machine.
Starting at number 5.
Bialetti Mocha Express. I've used the Bialetti many times and love it. It's a classic Italian model, though there are also many out there to choose from. No matter the brand, mocha pots take super finely ground beans, just like espresso machines, and generate a liquid prime for being mixed with milk. Marco Suarez, one of the owners of Methodical Coffee in Greenville, South Carolina, endorses them, too, saying, "I think they're really cool. I don't know if they can do the exact concentration of a machine, but they get pretty close if you're just trying to replicate a good cappuccino or latte at home." And one final endorsement, Isabella Rossellini makes 2 espressos a day with her Bialetti, an item she says she can't live without.
Coming at number 4.
Café Affetto Automatic. The Café Affetto is only 7 inches across, less than any other more permanent setup on this list. The portable Picopresso above and the stovetop options below are both smaller. Strategist Associate Editor Jenna Milliner-Waddell says it sits perfectly on the small bit of counter space she has. It couldn't be easier to use thanks to the automatic grinder, Milliner-Waddell says. You put whole espresso beans in, fill the reservoir with water, and it grinds and brews the perfect shot. It also features a steam wand, which Milliner-Waddell says heats all brands of oat and almond milk just the same. Perhaps most impressive of all, though, is the machine's smart capabilities. It prompts you to clean and decale it, she says, so you never forget upkeep, and it has app compatibility that allows you to pre-program your preferred settings.
At number 3.
WACACO Picopresso. The Picopresso is marketed as a portable model that is especially good for travel, but there's no reason it can't be employed at home. Its super compact size, much smaller than the Breville and the Nespresso, might even be essential for people with small kitchens who are still dedicated to having an espresso option. We actually crowdsourced this one in our work Slack channel, Siag Modi, founder of Brooklyn's Driftaway Coffee, told me. Several people on the team strongly endorse it. I feel like it's sort of an industry secret. The Picopresso works with manual hand pressure, meaning that one essential part of the espresso making process is generated via the person brewing instead of the machine. According to the company, you just have to dial in the correct grind size and tamping, something you have to do with electric models anyway, and then perfect your pulling technique, a skill that seems well worth the learning curve for an espresso maker that costs not much more than $100 and still makes a stellar shot.
Number 2 of my list.
Nespresso Vertuo Plus. If you're interested in something even simpler that doesn't require weighing grounds or tamping, consider this single-serve pod-based machine. 2 coffee and espresso aficionados, textile designer Caroline Hurley and clothing designer Alex Crane, keep one on their kitchen counter because it's just so easy, Hurley says. It's a completely different style than the Breville, but one that we're designating the best less expensive because it can't be beat in terms of price and simplicity. Instead of needing to learn how to pull a smooth shot, this one operates by placing an espresso pod into a slot. Both Hurley and Crane use the espresso ones, but you can also buy them in coffee form and clicking a button. The maker heats and brews in a matter of seconds, automatically depositing the used pod in a container at the back that you can empty and recycle, with some specific guidelines. Hurley likes that you can buy a big variety of flavors that they'll send to you in a tester pack, like jelly beans but for coffee, she says, so you can determine your preferences. And honestly, they taste deep and flavorful, she says. I don't think grinding whole beans makes much of a difference. Crane says he appreciates that the maker brews with what he calls a gentle sound, unlike some others that sound so loud and sinister, as well as the fact that it only produces 1 cup at a time so he can watch his consumption. If there was a full French press, I would drink all of it, he says. If you're interested in a much less expensive and portable, single-serve espresso maker, the $40 AeroPress comes recommended by the 2 coffee pros who praise it for its low acidity brew and durability.
And number 1.
Breville Infuser Espresso. The Breville Infuser is easier to use and significantly less expensive than the higher-end machines on this list, and it produces great, consistent shots. While making espresso is, by nature, finicky, if you get your beans to the right grind size, weigh them properly, and use one of the included double-walled portafilter baskets built to pressurize the coffee, you should get a smooth brew just like I did. Technically, the included single-walled ones get even more nuanced with the taste they can produce, a plus for people who want to get really into the process, but the difference is not something I noticed as a non-aficionado. The Infuser also allows you to program the 1-shot and 2-shot buttons. If you measure out your ideal brew once, you can set the timing so you have a uniform extraction each time. Here's a short but more in-depth explainer to better understand how to work this feature. And I love the magnetic slot that holds the tamp neatly in place. As an espresso-making novice, I found the Infuser user-friendly with super clear designations for everything. I used a fancy La Marzocco every so often at my old job and tested the industry-approved Rancilio Silvia, both below, but the Infuser was far easier to handle than both machines on first go.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.